Hey everyone, welcome back to Ormsby Farm, the halfway homestead. Today we are talking about chicken on this video. So we're talking about raising them in a smaller area. We're talking about how to keep their coop and run clean. We're talking about, because our runs are about 19 to 20 feet. So how do you keep it clean? How do you keep it nice? Because that wards off any respiratory issues or other health issues that the chickens could get from having kind of a yucky area. Before we get all into it, make sure you are subscribing down below. Press that subscribe button, press the thumbs up because you love me and you know it. And also go ahead and share it with like-minded people. So let's go ahead and let's get into the intro. And then we're gonna head over to Mother Clucker Village and we're gonna get their areas cleaned up. Alrighty, so we are in Mother Clucker Village right now. We have the Williams, we have the Jacksons, and what we have them in is we have little small 3x5 sheds, which is going to change. I'm going to be doing a video. We're going to be building a new chicken coop. But right now they're in the 3 to 5 sheds, and then they have a 19 by, or I think it's about 20, by 9 foot run. A chicken run that they're in just to protect them for aerial predators. But because they're in such small areas, their areas can get really mucky and nasty. Now, let me tell you, we have probably had a good solid 2 weeks of nonstop rain this past kind of 2 weeks. It's like we live in like Seattle, Washington or something. And it's gotten really, really gross. As you can tell, it's just mud and muck in these areas. And what we're going to do is we're going to let them free range. Yes, free range in my garden. I don't know how I feel about that. But I'm going to show you what I use to get their coop back to kind of like a smelling good, fresh area for them. And same thing inside of the coops for now. So let me go ahead and get all of my supplies together. And then we'll talk about what we're going to be doing. Alright, so basically what I'm going to do first is I'm going to let them outside of the coop. And what I like to do is I want to go ahead and I don't always completely clean out the stuff because of the wood chips and stuff, because it does insulate over the winter. We're not about to have no winter anytime soon. We're about to go into the summer. So I'm going to spring clean all of it out. We're going to go ahead and right now, I think we're going to go ahead and burn it, only because I don't have a compost area set up just yet. That will be another video. And we're going to put down some PDZ. I use PDZ, some people use the lime, and that's just to get away that urine kind of smell, that really harsh smell. And once we put down the PDZ, I'm going to put down the finest of the wood chips, which is the Tractor Supply yellow bag, and then on top of that we're going to do the bigger chips. That's basically, I'm hoping, fingers crossed, that these smaller chips will soak any of the moisture stuff up before we put the big chips on top of it, so all of it doesn't soak up like a muddy, hot, nasty mess, because that's what it's right now. It is just a hot mess. So what we're going to do, we're going to let them out now. I'm going to just turn on some really fun dun, 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 music, and we're going to clean out the very first of the chicken coops. So I'll see you on the outside of it. Alrighty, so after letting the chickens out, and let me tell you, these chickens would walk right beside me as long as I had treats. They little fats, huh? So we're gonna just put them in the little grass area. They like to forage for a little bit so I can actually have peace and quiet while I'm trying to clean their area. One thing that I've noticed is my babies do not get in my gardens for the most part, so knock on wood. But what I'm going to do now is I'm gonna go in there and I'm gonna try to get all of the stuff out so I have kind of a clean path of clearing everything in the chicken coop area. You see, like little lost ducks, they just follow me, huh? And oh, there's Ann. Look at Ann hobble along, big boy. We're gonna get some fresh water. Now I'm gonna go in there. I'm gonna try to get out the roosts. Now again, I like the roosts. They're a little weak, but they do the job for right now. I'm taking out their food bowls because we're going to clean those. We're just going to give them a whole fresh spring cleaning, baby, spring cleaning. Now, let me tell you, y'all, this new homestead is on a complete slope. So that's why all of the wood chips go down at a slant. So here you see I'm taking out the roost. Well, there's 2 of them in the Williams area. and we're gonna go and spray them down and get them nice and clean before I start putting everything down. There's the other one right there. I'll tell you, the little roost, you see that one of them's missing is because it's snapped in half. I mean, that's how weak they are. For just, I think I have 13 chickens in the Williams area. So, I mean, there's not that many chickens that are going on these 2 roosts. So now what I'm going to do is I'm getting out the nesting boxes again. I want to make sure that I get all of the mucky, nasty, wet stuff out so that I can completely clean. There's actually some eggs in this as I was moving them out. I really like this nesting box. Right now, I'm just going to shovel out all the nasty, mucky, gross kind of stuff. Normally, I'll spread it out, but it has rained and they've pooped on it so much. I'm just going to give them a little fresh. And of course, they'll have pooped and it will have rained on this new set before winter comes again. We're heading into the summer, so I'm just trying to give them a fresh, clean place. Just because you don't want respiratory issues to, check into your chickens. And if you don't have good circulation and you don't have a clean area, that can happen. All right, so this right here is going to be the smaller of the wood chips. I'm just kind of raking it out, spreading it out as much as possible before I put the big chips on top of it. Mixing all of the other stuff that's left together with it. Now, I'm not going to do too much because they'll scratch and do their thing once they come in after I'm done. But I'm just trying to even it out so it's not all clumpy in one little area. And I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to get some of it and I'm pouring it in their little hut area inside of the 3x5 shed. I do not like these sheds. They are awful. I do not like them. So I'll be so glad once we get a new chicken coop built for these babies. But see, I'm getting rid of that. Now let's go ahead and I'm just going to put in the bigger chips. Mom's securing the chicken wire fence because it wasn't that great. I like the runs and they've done its job, but next time I probably will put different chicken wire all over the runs. But doing the same thing with the big chips, just spreading it out, not doing a bunch because they will do a lot themselves. They will scratch around. I'm kind of trying to figure out how they're gonna kick and scratch and just so it's even and then it's fresh, and so they have a dry place to walk around outside of their hut. And I'm gonna try to do this before I move everything back in. I also am gonna put a good amount in their hut area as well, because that's where they spend at night. And so since there's not that much circulation, they need it. All right, so now it's all done. And for the most part, when you saw me on the video, I kind of talked a little bit over them. I did a voiceover over words, but I really kind of not try to make it super neat because they'll do exactly what they're doing now and scratch it. Can you see that one? She's scratching it all the way up. Let me just go in to show you. And I'm gonna turn you around. There's Ann. So they'll scratch it around like over there, like how they like it. And of course, they'll get it all in their food and make a giant, huge mess. But what I did with this area is we did the PDZ, then we did the smaller of the wood chips, the bigger of the wood chips. Yes, Andy, you're welcome. We went ahead and we sprayed down their roosts and we changed out their, beep, beep. Who's in here? You trying to lay an egg? I'm sorry, girl. And we changed out their nesting boxes and got it kind of, for the most part, cleaned up. I will definitely say I despise these little sheds. They's not good. I'm even going to put a disclaimer on my old video where we talked about building these sheds. I do not recommend them for chicken coops. They're too small. Doesn't give that good of circulation. And they're just kind of crap, to be honest. But yeah, so now their area is all done. It smells so much better. They like it. It's fresh. And we have to do this usually every 2 weeks if it doesn't rain. So now we're going to head over and I will see you in a minute. Oh, there's Mom. And we're going to do the Jackson's area. And there's a lot of it doesn't have to be pulled out. It just has to be spread out a little bit. And that's what I do. I don't take all of the old stuff out. I like to spread it out among the run and then put fresh on top of it. Because again, when we come winter time, that will be insulation for them when they come out. One thing that I think we're also going to try is there's not much circulation now, but taking off one of the 2 tarps that are over here. And again, I'm going to show you when we build the new chicken coop, which will go behind here in this little corner when we do it. So I will see you again after we're done with the Jackson area. And then we'll kind of talk about again what I used, where you can find the products, and how you can buy it. So I'll see you in a second. All right, so now the Jackson's area is done. And basically I did the same exact thing. We kind of smoothed their area out, put some of the PDZ first, and then we did the fine cut wood chips, and then the big wood chips. Just to give it a good smelling one, we washed down their roost, we washed and changed their nesting boxes, water and food, and they're super happy. I'm gonna kind of turn this around and show you how funny it is that you kind of see where Michael's feet have been during the muddy time. So you know all of these eggs gonna be fertile, okay? I mean, is that PG-13? Let's go in this way so you can see. Look at the backs. You see Michael's footprint. There's Michael, the clean one. All the ladies have the muddy footprint. One thing that I have to watch with Michael is he's kind of rough too. Let me see if I can find one where he tears off the top part. Like Gloria right there, the little one. Her head, he's gotten a little too cray-cray with. And I think Hildy's he's gotten a little too crazy with too, but they're all doing really good. They're all laying like they're supposed to, and that is because of switching out the chicken areas. We just talked off camera of how we're doing the chicken coop area, because again, I don't like these sheds, but we will be keeping the sheds, because the sheds, I'm going to put all the chicken food and all the supplies stuff in it to keep it organized, and then we're going to keep all yard work tools on the other side in the second shed. But y'all, that's about it. Let's talk about what I've used and where you can get it. One thing that I'll do is I'll put a little picture of it right here on the screen, so I'll try to stay to the right. But one thing that I use is PDZ. PDZ is basically a horse stall kind of cleaner. I use it to keep all of my coops, even when I had turkeys and stuff. We used it also with the pigs over at Marcus's to keep the stalls clean and smelling nice. Pictures right here. You can get it online. I will leave a link in the show notes below. Or if you want to go to my Amazon storefront, I'll have it there too. But you can get it at Tractor Supply. From that, then we use the fine chips. Right here, that's Tractor Supply. You can order online or go into the store. And then on top of that, we put the big chips. Again, Tractor Supply, yeah? The Roosts that we use, I am not a huge fan of. They're right here. They're kind of flimsy. They've been working okay. I'm going to build, when we build the new coops, I'm going to build Roosts into the coops. But they're right here. If you have a smaller, like maybe 6 chicken flock, they work well. It's on Amazon. Again, the storefront will be down below. You can find it on my storefront or the link down below. And then the nesting boxes, the wooden ones, came from Tractor Supply. And the liner inside was Amazon. I do love the liners. They're in my Amazon storefront. So all of that stuff you can get Amazon storefront. The runs, if you want to know, they are Amazon storefront. If I had to do something differently, I would change this chicken wire stuff that's on it. But for the most part, they're pretty sturdy, yeah? And those were in my storefronts. I'm not even going to advertise the sheds because they ain't worth a crap, huh? So that's everything. If you want to know, just down below in my Linktree link, if you click on the Linktree /Ormsby Farm, you will find my Amazon storefront. So you hear me talk about it, it's in that storefront. But y'all, thank you for tuning into this video with the chickens. They're all very happy and digging and scooping around now. Y'all be sure to hit that subscribe button and go ahead and hit the bell icon and the thumbs up, because YouTube will notify you when I put new videos out, which is every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And my live's Monday, don't forget. But you also can follow me on social media at Instagram, Facebook, Threads, and I will see y'all on the next video. Bye, y'all. Be blessed.